ॐ वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। गुरवे सर्वलोकानां विषजे भवरोगिणां निधये सर्वविद्यानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। साक्षात्कृतं दयानन्दं परमार्थस्वरूपिणं तत्त्वज्ञानप्रशास्तारं प्रणतोऽस्मि परं पदम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। Class number 75. You can repeat. Vasudevendra Yogindram Natva Jnanapradam Gurum.
Vasudevendra Yogindram Natva Jnanapradam Gurum
Mumukshunam Hitarthaya Tattvabodho Bhidiyate.
Mumukshunam Hitarthaya Tattvabodho Bhidiyate.
Madiyam Shariram
Madiyam Shariram
Madiyaha Pranaha
Madiyaha
Madiyam Manascha
Madiyam Manasya
Madiya Buddhihi
Madiya Buddhihi
Madiyam Ajnanam Iti
Madiyam Ajnanam Iti
Svenaiva Jnayate Tadyatha
Tatyatha
Madiyatvena Jnatam
Madiyatvena Jnatam
Kataka Kundala Grahadikam
Kataka Kundala Grihadhikam
Swasmad Bhinnam
Swasmat Bhinnam
Tatha Panchakoshadikam
Tatha Panchakoshadhikam
Swasmad Bhinnam
Swasmat Bhinnam
Adiyatvena Jnatam
अतीयत्वेन ज्ञातम्
आत्मा न भवति.
आत्मा न भवति.
After discussing Panchakosha, the author has said, finally here, giving an example, Kataka Kundala Grhadikam Yatha Swasmat Binnam Bhavati Tatha Panchakoshadikam Api Swasmat Binnam Madhiyetvena Jnatattvat Atmana Bhavati iti. As Kataka Kundala Grha house Kundala, the ornaments, as they are different from me. Similarly, Panchakoshadikam, Adikam means etc. Panchakoshas, etc. So, whichever is mistakenly taken to be the Atma. Adikam, by that it covers, because Panchakoshas, they are also not Atma. Swasmat Binnatvat. They are different from me. That we discussed. That is what we discussed in the last few classes. Because these koshas also, these koshas also are referred to by saying my kosha, my body, my prana, my mind. Therefore, they are different. They are different from me, the Atma. So therefore, the author discusses the Panchakosha. They are different from me. They are not Atma. And Adikam, you can bring in that three Shariram, that also not me. It is, I'm not Panchakosha. Atma is not Panchakosha. Atma is not three Shariram. And therefore, the three avasthas, Jagrat avastha, Swapna avastha, Sushupti avastha, these avasthas which are attributed to Atma also really doesn't belong to Atma. So Atma is not confined by any avastha or any shariram. So they are not Atma. They are what then? Anatma. They are Anatma. This we have to connect to the very definition of Atma. In the beginning, the author said, Atma kaha, if you remember. What is Atma? Stula Sukshma Karana Sharirat Vitiriktaha Panchakoshatitaha San Avastatraya Sakshi Sachidananda Rupaga San Yakatishtati Sa Atma iti. The author defined what Atma is. All the words are discussed. Up to now, Stula, Sukshma, Karana, Shariram, the Shariratrayam were discussed. The Shariratrayam, the three Shariras are not Atma, they are Anatma only. They are different from Atma, therefore Anatma. Panchakoshas are not Atma, so Panchakosha Atitaha, Panchakoshas are Anatma. So that also Panchakoshas are discussed. Avasthatraya Sakshi, that also discussed. All the three avasthas, the three avastha, Atma is the Sakshi. Sakshi, Atma is available in all the three avasthas, but Atma as such, free from all the avasthas, because it is obtained in all the three avasthas. It is not confined by any of the avastha. It is free from any avastha, any state. It has stateless state. Doesn't have any state. Then what is Atma? Next important part of the definition, Satchit Ananda Rupavasan Yagatishtati Sa Atma. Up to that, up to previous line, it was negated what Atma is not. What is Atma? It is going to be positively presented. That is the next topic. before that, understand that the Vishaya of Vedanta, the Upanishad, is a unique subject matter. It doesn't deal with any objects or any objects or anything. Vedanta being a pramanam. Pramanam means means of knowledge. The means of knowledge are required to know a thing. Here, the subject matter of Vedanta being Atma, it is not something which you don't know to be known. It is already a known thing only, but it is not known completely. That is why the subject matter is unique. If it is known, there is no problem. It is known, completely known. If it is not known, also no problem, because complete ignorance. These two things do not create any problem. But when a thing is known, not completely, and that too wrongly known, then we need correction. We need correction in knowing that as it is. So that correction, knowing by negating the wrong notion, that is the real knowing. That is called knowledge. That is Atma Jnana, the knowledge. What Atma is, because Atma, all the anatmas, this Sariratrayam, Panchakosha, they are taken to be Atma. What Atma is not clearly understood. At the same time, what Atma is not known, we cannot say. It is known also. So, therefore, Vedanta removes the wrong knowledge. It doesn't produce new knowledge. That is why the subject matter is unique. Vedanta, the Upanishad, doesn't produce, being a pramanam, doesn't produce any new knowledge. It's a unique pramanam. The pramanam removes the wrong knowledge. The viparita, the abhimana, it removes. And knowing that, knowing Atma, everything else is known. That is why the subject matter is unique. That is why that knowledge is called Paravidya, as it is said in Mundakopanishad. Ya vidyaya tadaksharam adhigamyate iti. It is called Paravidya. Knowing one thing, everything else is known. Is there any such thing? Yes. In Mundakopanishad, the Shishya, the Shaunaka, asked the teacher, Kasmin bhagavo vijnate sarvam vidam vijnatam bhavati iti. Knowing one thing, everything else is known. What is that thing? He asked the teacher. Angiras. Then he presents this Atma Vidya, knowing yourself, the Atma. Because this Vidya, this knowledge, it is not objective knowledge, not about a thing or object of the word. It is about the questioner, the person. So therefore the subject, and also therefore subject matter is unique, and also this is not something, it is completely unknown. When you ask that you don't know to operate a mobile phone, you don't know how to operate a mobile phone, that is fine. Ajnanam is that you don't know to operate, you don't know what mobile phone is or what the particular app is, that is fine. Ajnanam. But nobody can say that they don't know themselves No one can say, I don't know myself. There is no complete ignorance. You may have complete ignorance about a electronic gadget. That is fine. You don't know how to operate it. But you cannot say that you don't have complete ignorance about yourself. Because in every transaction, you say, I, the Atma. But you don't stop with I am. You add after that so many things. But I am is known. So, therefore, it is not that it is not known. It is known as something different. It is known as something you possess. The five koshas are possessed by you. Possessed by you means they are like any other objects. Kataka, Kundala, Grihadikam. It is a possession. Therefore, they are different from you. What you possess cannot be you because it is an object that you possess. It appears to be as you because of your abhimana. Because of abhimana, the abhimana is because of ajnanam. That is a fundamental basic error. The whole vyavahara is based on this one mistake, this one basic fundamental error. What is that error? Taking Atma to be Anatma and superimposing the attributes of Atma and Anatma on each other. That is the fundamental error. And the whole Vyavahara is nothing but a product of this error. If at all there is original sin, this is a original sin. The Ajnanam is the original sin. If at all, if it is, yes, you can call it as a sin in the language of the Bible. This Ajnanam. Ajnanam is the root cause of this samsara. The Vyavahara in the world becomes a samsara, becomes a problem. Samsara means dukkha karanam in the negative connotation, becomes dukkha because of this one fundamental error. If this error is corrected, then even in the Vyavahara, while doing Vyavahara, you are free. So, therefore the Shastra says here, the Panchakoshas, etc., since they are possessed, they are not you, they are not Atma, Atma Nabhavati. Then what is Atma? Tebhyaha Atitaha Atma. Atma is, which is Panchakosha Atitaha. It means it is neither any of the Panchakosha. Can it be the aggregation of all the Panchakosha? That also not. It is neither any particular Panchakosha nor the aggregation of the Panchakosha. Both are negated. Then what is Atma? Atma, then what? That is what the author says. Atma tarhi kaha. What is Atma then? Naturally, that question comes. The Shishya will ask. Tarhi means then. What is Atma then? If Atma is not any of this, then what is Atma? We have said Annamaya Dibhyaha Atitaha, Panchakosha Atitaha, Stula Sukshma Karana Sharirat Vitiriktaha. Then what is that Atma? And what is that Swarupa of that Avastha Tarya Sakshi Atma? We have negated so far what Atma is not. Now you tell me what is Atma. Now that is what the author is going to say now. The Shishya wants to know what Atma is, but the Guru goes on saying what Atma is not. Atma is not this, Atma is not that. So, fine, the Shishya is now, he said, I want to know only one thing, what is Atma. But you are saying so many things which are not Atma, and I didn't ask that. So, you can tell me what is that Atma. So, therefore, the Guru takes up now the topic what Atma is. And also why the Guru says what the beginning, what Atma is not. There is a reason. If the student is taught what Atma is straight away in the beginning, then without background, if it is taught, then He may understand Atma also as one of the things or objects of the world, or he may conclude that body mind sense complex also to be Atma, because over which he has got strong abhimana that is possible. Therefore, negation is very important. First, you have to negate what is not Atma. Negation is Atma. Because the knower who asks this question, he is Atma. And he is asking what is Atma. How to make him see the very questioner is Atma. Because the questioner in the as this question and as the intention to know Atma in the beginning as an object, because so far he has been oriented, or he has got a orientation to know a thing as an object, even though he has studied a lot, like Narada Maharishi in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. When he's asked what does he know, he gives a long list of vidya. So many vidyas he knows. But all vidyas are of no use in knowing Atma. He is highly knowledgeable. All the vidyas he has got. That vidya, can you know Atma? No, you cannot know Atma. All those vidyas are objective knowledge. Physics knowledge, chemistry knowledge, atomic knowledge, nuclear knowledge. Every knowledge is there. All these are objective knowledge. It is available for your inquiry. You can use the pramana and find out what it is. But the subject who operates all the pramana, who knows all the objects, who analyzes and knows all the objects, how he can be known. He is Atma. So the very questioner is Atma. And the problem is it takes that Atma to be one which has got the attributes. So therefore, how to make the student understand that you are Atma. Therefore, in the beginning, first the teacher has to negate those things over which he has got this abhimana. All those things to be negated. That is why nagiti, neti, neti. So, unless you negate what is to be negated, you cannot teach what is to be taught. So, neti, iti, you have to negate. First, the wrong notions about Atma to be negated. Atma is not Annamaya, not Pranamaya, not Manamaya, because so far he has taken without being taught from the birth onwards, he has taken himself to be this Panchakosha. So we have to negate. And they are all Drishyam, available for your objectification. Even though available for objectification, without any inquiry, he has taken himself to be the Tri Shariram or Panchakosha, whatever it is. So, Atma doesn't have any attributes. They are all the attributes we talk, they belong to this Tri Shariram or Panchakosha. Atma is free from any of the attributes. Without attribute, you cannot know a thing. Now, this attributeless Atma to be known, to make the Shishya understand. Therefore, the teacher has to negate many things. So, negation, when we say, it is not physically negated. You cannot negate your body physically. Body is a sadhanam. Shariram kalu dharma sadhanam. It is dharma sadhanam given by Bhagavan for doing dharma. We cannot negate it. We cannot dismiss and throw it. We cannot throw it. The negation is only by viveka. We cannot do a physical negation. How can you physically negate the Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manamaya? You cannot negate. Only by viveka. Vivekena. Only by viveka, you have to negate it. This negation, the Shastra says, to be done very carefully. Munchat ishikam iva. Like the stalk from the kusha grass, how it is removed. Like that, you have to do the viveka. The kusha grass, the grass is very short. It can cut your finger. So you have to be very careful to remove the stalk out of the grass. Carefully you have to do. Similarly, this viveka has to be done. Munchat ishikam iva. So when all the adhyaropa, that superimpositions are negated, then what is left out is Atma. What is left out is Atma, and this Atma, it is not available to be pointed out as this. You cannot say it is not an object, therefore we cannot point out it as this because it is you. All the objects of the world and the Jagat can be pointed out as idam. Now, Atma is aham. Idam means object. Aham means subject. Now you arrive at aham. From idam to aham. From idam to the aham, that you arrive at by negation. When we say Atma, Atma is not Shabdavachya. You cannot point out Atma by saying this is Atma. You cannot say what is Atma. This is not Atma. That is not Atma. Everything is negated. And what is Atma? Atma is not something you can point out as this. It is Aham Atma. Therefore, after doing the negation, what is Atma that author does here? You can read that. Atma tarhi kaha.
आत्मा तर्हि कः
Satchidananda Swarupaha.
सच्चिदानन्दस्वरूपः
Sat kim.
सत् किम्
Kalatrayepi tishtati iti sat.
कालत्रयेऽपि तिष्ठति सत्
Chit kim.
चित्
Jnanasvarupaha.
ज्ञानस्वरूपः
Anandaha kaha.
आनन्दः कः
Sukasvarupaha.
सुखस्वरूपः
Evam Satchidanandasvarupam.
एवं सच्चिदानन्दस्वरूपम्
Svatmanam Vijaniyat.
स्वात्मानं विजानीयात्
Atma tarhi kaha. What is Atma then? Atma is Sat, Chit, and Anandaha. You can see the last class we saw the Sandhi Satchit. Sat plus Chit become Satchit. Shtutva Sandhi. Satchidananda Swarupaha Atma. Atma is Swarupa means nature. Atma is of the nature of Sat, Chit, Anandaha. The Shishya asks, what is Atma? And the teacher says, it is of the nature of Sat, Chit, Ananda. Again, 3 new words, which the Shishya doesn't know. All new words. Asking about a thing, he is introducing another 3 new words. Sat, Chit, and Ananda. What is the Sat? That for the Shishya asks the next question. What is Sat? Sat Kim? What do you mean by the word Sat? The author says, Kalatrayepi. The Acharya says, Kalatrayepi tishtati iti Sat. That which exists. Kalatrayepi. Kalatraya, 3 kala, 3 periods of time. That which exists in all the 3 periods of time is called Sat. Sat means truth, the reality. That is not subject to time. That is not within time. Time cannot limit that. Therefore, it is Kalatrayepi Tishtati. It is Kala Titaha. It is beyond time, above time. When something is subject to time, it is limited. At one time it is there, at another time it is not there. Like the Shariram, it is there at one time, at another time it is not there. Therefore, Shariram is not the truth, it is not the reality. It has got only the reality in the sense, in the Vyavaharika, it is there only for a certain period of time. Therefore, it is not real. What is real? That which exists in all the three periods of time, that which is not limited by time, that is free from the changes which are brought about by time. That is Sat, that is the reality, that is the truth. Therefore, what is Sat? Sat is that which is a non-negatable reality. It cannot be negated by time. Time cannot negate, space cannot negate, another thing cannot negate, it cannot be negated. Kalatrayepi, complete definition. Kalatrayepi tishtati. That which stands, that which is tishtati, that which is in all the three periods of time. Kala, time. Traya means three. What are the three kala? Vartamana, present, then bhuta, past, bhavishya, future. Anything you say, either it should be belong to the past or it should come in the future. When you say now, the moment you say now, the now has gone. Now it has become a past. So really the now is a flowing thing. You cannot stop the now. When you say now, the moment you open your mouth and say now, the now has become a past. So, but all the Vyavaharas are in the now. In the now. This cannot limit Sat. So, Kalatrayapi Tishtati. What is that? Atma. Atma is Sat. Atma alone is Sat. Atma alone is Sat, which is non-negatable reality, not limited by time. Therefore, the Shariram and all, Anatma, they are limited. They are negated by time. Therefore, the Shariram, Shariradi, Panchakoshadikam, they are Anatma and they are subject to time. They do not stand time. And Atma is the only thing that alone is Sat, it's a non-negatable reality. Trikale apitishtati. So, is there any object which can be negated, which cannot be negated in all the three periods of time? Any object. When you say an object, object is subject to negation. Any object is subject to negation. The object is there only when the subject is available for its recognition. The subject has to be there to recognize an object. The objects are negated, they come and go, but the very subject, the subject who negates the object, all the objects, is not available for negation. Is not available for negation. He alone stands, survives all the three periods of time. So therefore, this non-negatable. Anything which is born, like a gata, a pot, it is negatable. With respect to clay, the pot is negatable. With respect to pot, the clay is non-negatable. You cannot negate clay with respect to pot. So pot is the karanam, clay is the karanam and pot are the products. So pot is born, pot is gone, but clay continues to be. But with respect to the particles of clay has got clay particles. With respect to particles of clay is negatable. With respect to the molecules of clay The clay powder is negated. So with respect to the atoms of clay, the molecules of clay are negatable. So we can go on and negate. And you will arrive at one thing, that which is not negatable, that is Atma. There is only one thing which is not negatable at Atma. Is understand this example. When you destroy a pot is, you destroy a pot is gone, but the isness continues. Where is that isness? It is with the clay now, because the clay is. Pot has gone, pot is not now. So pot, you remove pot, what is there only is. Now the clay alone is. Now clay also you destroy, you make it into a clay powder. Clay is now destroyed, only is there, and that isness belong to the clay powder. Clay powder is. Now you destroy the clay powder also. It will become, it will reduce to molecules. Molecule is, that isness belongs to molecule. Now you destroy the molecule also. What is left out is atom. Atom is, the clay atom is, atom alone. So like that, if you go on doing this negation, the isness cannot be destroyed. The isness, the astitvam, that is not negatable. To whom this is belongs to. If the isness is not there, nothing is there. That isness is Atma. You can negate everything, but this isness, which is Atma, that cannot be negated. Therefore, that isness, that is that Atma is that existence. The existence as such, that cannot be negated. The existence alone renders existence to other so many things. All the other things, they exist. The existence is, therefore only atom is. The subparticles are, because subparticles are, the atom is, the molecules are, then clay powder is, clay is, therefore pot is, and the pot also can further undergo modification. They are because of the very existence, and that existence is you, the Atma. So you can negate everything, but you cannot negate yourself. So this is the definition, Atma Sat. After negating everything, what is left out, that which cannot be negated, is Atma. So this is not a property of Atma. That existence, Sat means existence, the isness. That existence, it is not the property, it is the lakshanam. It is the lakshanam of Atma. Property means it is an attribute. Property, every object in the world is defined by its property. But this Sat is not a property. It's a Swarupa of Atma. It is a nature of Atma. So, therefore, in Swarupa of Atma, so in the definition of Atma, Atma is Sat. Atma alone is Sat. There is no second thing which is Sat. Atma alone is Sat. It is applicable only to Atma. That which is Sat is Atma. That which is pure existence, that existence alone is Atma. We say, even in science, energy can neither be created nor can be destroyed. It only can be, the form can be changed. So one energy is converted to another energy. There's a series of conversion of energy, but it cannot be destroyed because that existence continues, but energy changes its form, but the existence continues. That existence is the Adhara. It is the Adhara, it is the Adhisthana. Minus that, nothing else, nothing exists. Nothing in the world can exist without that existence. We forget or we fail to recognize that existence because the existence is myself. That is that is Atma. That is not available for our recognition because of our orientation, because of our thinking. It is, we don't recognize that existence. We think a pot is destroyed means a pot is destroyed. No, you cannot. You can destroy. You are destroying only the nama rupa. You cannot really destroy the isness, the existence. Once you destroy the pot, the isness is transferred to the clay. The clay continues to be. What you can destroy, even if you destroy the clay, that will be transferred to the previous rupa, the particles. So particles continue to exist. That existence, that is Sat. Therefore, Sat is Atma. And it is Kalatraye api tishtati. Kala, the time is also Kalpita. It is superimposed. When we when we talk about the 3 periods of time, the time is also a Kalpitam. Past, present, future. Really speaking, if you analyze what is past, you see the star in the sky now, which has died millions of light years before, but you see it now. It takes millions of light years for the light to reach the earth, to reach your eyes. Now the star has died. When it has died millions of years before, it was alive. It has become dead now, but you will continue to see the light because the light travels through space and it takes the time to reach you. So you will see this light now, but the star is not there now. So where is the time? The past is really present for you. So, in fact, there is no time. That's why we say time is also mithya. Time is also the mithya. So, therefore, these 3 periods of time, past, present, future. The past also is present. As I said in this example, the past also is present alone. In fact, you can think about the past where only in the present. If present is not there, there is no past, there is no future. You can think about the past happening, your previous incidents in life, or whatever may be good memory or bad memory. You can think about that only in now. Similarly, you can think about the future, not in future. You can think about it only in now. So, really speaking, there is no past or future without now. What you think in the now, with reference to that only, if you can think about either past or future, you cannot think about the now. So you think about the past, you think about the future, and that thinking happens only in the now. So therefore, the present is really full of past, present, and future. Everything is the present only. In the Saddarshanam, Ramana Maharshi beautifully says, Bhutam Bhavishyatcha Bhavat Swakale Tadvat Tadvartamanasya Vihagya Tattvam Asya na kim syat Katabhavi Charcha Vinayika Sankyam Gananeva Loke iti. So beautiful shloka. The past, the bhutam, and the future bhavishyat, swakale, they are all present in their own times. Without understanding the truth of the present, discussing about the past and future is ridiculous. Hasya na kim syat. Hasya na kim syat. It is ridiculous. Hasya vishaya. Without understanding the truth of the present. It is like, he gives an example. Without the number 1, without a numeral number 1, it is like counting the numbers. If 1 is not there, without a numeral 1, counting the numbers. So, therefore, the the truth of present, the now, that is only is available, and that is not available for further divisions. So Atma is the truth of the Kala. Therefore, the Kala is also Kalpitam. Kala is also, it's a Kalpitam only. Maya Desha Kala Kalana. In Dakshinamurti Stotram, Bhagavad says, Kala is Kalpita, Maya Kalpita, Desha Kala Kalana. The Kala also Kalpita, it resolves in this Atma Chaitanyam, this Atma. So that which is Kalpita, that which is superimposed. When you say that which is superimposed, the Kala is also superimposed. The superimposed must have an Adhara, Adhisthana, and that must be Akalpitam. Kalpitam means that which is superimposed. That superimposed must have an Akalpita Adhisthana. Adhisthana is Atma. Even in the Kalpita Kala, the Kala which is Kalpita, there is a truth, which the Akalpitam is there, the truth, the Satyam, that is Atma. Minus Atma, where is Kala? There is no time. So Kala also has existence because of this Atma. The Kala is superimposed on Atma. So therefore only we say, therefore only we have to say Kalatraye api. It is not limited, it is not confined even by Kala. So anything which is Kalpita must have an Akalpita as an Adhisthana. It is logical. A pot is there, a pot is Kalpita on clay. Clay is the Adhisthana, which is Akalpita with reference to pot, and pot is Kalpita superimposed. So anything which is Kalpita depends on the Adhisthana, which is not Kalpita. It is Akalpita. In a relative sense, we can say now the clay becomes Akalpita. Akalpita with reference to pot. Pot is Kalpita. The Kalpita depends on what? Depends completely on the reality, which is Akalpita, that is clay. The Kalpita Ghata depends on Akalpita Mrit clay. Similarly, if time is Kalpita, time means past, present, and future. Past is Kalpita, future is Kalpita, present also is Kalpita. Kalpita on what? Kalpita on this Akalpita Atma. And that Akalpita, that is Sat, that is Atma. So, therefore, Atma is the Swarupa of the one who is doing this Kalpana. It is the Swarupa of the person who is doing this Kalpana. The past, present, and future are Kalpana. Really, they are not there. It is only a Kalpana. Who does the Kalpana? This person does Kalpana. And the Swarupa of that person is Atma. That Swarupa is Atma, which is Akalpita. Everything in the Jagat changes. Everything which comes under time changes. But that which doesn't change, which is continues to be, on which this time is Kalpita, that is Sat. That is why we translate the word Sat as existence, pure existence. You see a stone, huge stone. It is not the same stone what you saw last year. The stone also undergoes some changes. It is different now. In fact, every moment the object changes. There's a fine change, but you don't notice that. You cannot notice. We don't have the capability to note the change. We don't have the power to recognize, or we don't recognize the change happening in an object every moment. So, with reference to anything which I perceive in this Jagat, there is a mistake. There is a mistake. What is a mistake? Yes, a certain projection is committed by me. I fail to recognize the fact. I fail to recognize a thing as it is. All these are the factuals are replaced by my projections because it is not the same thing that exists. I saw the stone 1 week before. Now I concluded about the stone. It is not the same stone now. The stone has got particles, and there is continuous movement of atoms and electrons. It is not same. It is not available for my recognition. But I have got an idea about the stone. The fact is not seen. So what I saw before, that projection, that alone I have. So therefore, it is therefore in understanding the Jagat, the world, two things are considered to be the basis. One thing is time, other one is place. They are the basis for experiencing this Jagat. When you say this is a pot, now you are pointing out the object in terms of its existence in time. This is a pot means the pot is, this is referring to the present. The pot is there now. The pot is not something available out of time, outside of time. Also not outside of space. The pot has a particular location and in a particular time it is there. And pot itself has got certain space, occupies certain space because it occupies certain space and therefore a time, particular time is involved when it is there. So therefore, when you say a pot is, it means a pot has existence in time. It is there. Now it is there. Gataha asti. Pot is there now. But it was not the same pot what you saw just a few minutes before. And it will not continue to be the same the next minute because it changes. So the pot continuously changes. You don't see the change. The pot, for our eyes, the pot seems to be the same, but it changes with respect to time. When you say it is the same pot, that is Kalpana. The change is so fine, so small, infinitesimally small, that we are not able to comprehend the change. Therefore, everything changes. Everything in the world changes. Everything changes in time. Therefore, that in this changing world, in this changing things, that which doesn't undergo change, there must be a adhisthana which must be sustaining all these changes happening. That is Atma, that is Sat. That is Sat. In Buddhism, they say they have this Vada. They have this Mata, the Vada, Kshanika Vada, momentary. Everything is momentary. They don't accept that which doesn't change. For them, because for them, they recognize only what is seen, what is appreciated. They see everything changing in the world. They say you cannot step on the same water twice. Once you get into the river, the water which touches your feet is gone, is gone. And when the next step is on the not on the same water. So everything is kshanika, always changing. You don't come across a same object again. They are shunyavadi. They say everything is momentary, everything changes. There is nothing changeless thing that they don't accept. Shunyavadi. Nothingness is a philosophy. Now, this philosophy has got a basic mistake. You appreciate the changes. When you appreciate a change, the change must be sustained by that which doesn't change. Without that, how this change is possible? Even when you recognize the change, what was there and what is now. So, it was there before and it has changed now. This change happens only when there is the adhisthana for that. Adhisthana, like in the example, you see the movie in the screen. The movie, you see a lot of things. The movie changes, the color changes, the situation changes, the change of scenes, but there is a changeless thing behind that, because of which only you see all the changes. What is the changeless thing? The screen. Because you see the movie, don't forget the screen. The screen is the screen is the adhara. It is the adhisthana. That Buddhist, the Shunyavadis, they don't accept. They see only the scenes of the movie, various scenes appearing in the movie, and they say everything is kshanika, everything is momentary. For them, there is no Atma. What is Atma? Nothing is Atma. Everything is continuously changing in the world and doesn't have any adhisthana. Therefore, they don't accept Atma. But we say, you are forget, you are failing to recognize the changeless thing, because of which only all the changes are happening, and we appreciate the change. While appreciating the change, because of our abhimana, because of our orientation, because of our thinking, habitual thinking, we fail, or because of our carelessness, we fail to recognize that which doesn't change. Our Shastra recognizes that and says that is Atma, that is Sat, that is pure existence. That is not limited by anything, that is not limited by time. So, therefore, that which exists in all the three periods of time, Kalatrayapi, it tishtati, tat, sat, begin every changing phenomena, that which never changes, that which is the adharam for the change is Atma, and that is ever existent. It is ever existence, and that doesn't undergo any change. More on this, we will discuss. We will discuss in the next class. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.
धन्यवाद
धन्यवाद
गुरुजी.
धन्यवाद
गुरुजी.
गुरुजी.
Guruji, can I ask something?
Yes.